Well, number one, Rafael Nadal has continued to build upon his extraordinary legacy at Monte Carlo Masters earlier today when he captured his 11th trophy, which represented a record 31st ATP World Tour Masters 1000 crown. The Spanish superstar, who boasts a 396 wins record on clay courts, beat Nishikori of Japan 6-3, 6-2 in a 1 hour and 34-minute final. It was their third clash in a red dirt title match. The victory improves Nadal's match record to 11 wins and just a defeat on the 2018 season, and means that the 31-year-old will begin his 171st week at number one in ATP rankings on Monday.
Septième match, Nadal. 2 matchs à 0. 6-3, 6-3, 6-2. Mesdames, Messieurs.
In the Nigeria Professional Football League, leaders Lobi Stars of Makurdi maintained their lead at the top of the table following a 1 defeat of Kano Pillars at the Apa Aku Stadium earlier today. Solomon Ogbede's men now sit at the top of the standings with 33 points, 6 more than second-place Katsina United, who also beat El Kanemi Warriors 1-0 at the Muhammadu Diko Stadium. In Uyo, Aqua United edged out Sunshine Stars 2-1. Wiki Tourists and Eyimba played a goalless draw. FC Fayoba also recorded same scoreline. In another match, day 18 encounter, Kwara United extended their unbeaten streak under new coach Abubakar Bala to 5 games after they were held to a 1-1 draw by go-round in Ilorin. At the Bako Kontagora Stadium in Mina, Niger Tornadoes extended their unbeaten streak to 8 games by beating Yobe Desert Stars 1-0. New English Premier League champions Manchester City thrashed Swansea 5-0 this evening after they were given a guard of honour in their first match since being crowned champions. There were celebrations at full-time. Thousands of fans invaded the pitch as Pep Guardiola's side emphatically ended a run of 3 successive home defeats. Manchester City have now set a new record of 29 wins in an English top-flight season. Earlier, Arsene Wenger's Arsenal farewell started in perfect manner as the Gunners scored 3 goals in 7 second-half minutes to ease to a 4-1 victory against West Ham at the Emirates. Stoke City and Burnley played out a 1-1 draw. A flash of attacking brilliance from Olivier Giroud and an emphatic header from substitute Alvaro Morata has earned Chelsea a 2-0 win over struggling Southampton at Wembley and an FA Cup final date with Manchester United next month. Giroud muscled and dribbled past 3 defendants, inflating keeper Alex McCarthy seconds into the second half to poke the ball home from a pass by the ever-busy Eden Hazard. Morata, who came on for Giroud, made it 2 in the 82nd minute, nodding Cesar's cross into the net. At least 57 people have died following a suicide blast at a voter registration center in the Afghan capital, Kabul. Much of the dead were women and children, standing in line with their parents, waiting to register. 119 people were injured in the attack claimed by the Islamic group, which said a suicide bomber wearing an explosive belt had targeted the center, which is in the Dashti-Barchi area of western Kabul. There were no immediate details of how the bomb was detonated by the attacker, but the force of the blast also destroyed cars. There have been at least 4 attacks on registration centers since voter registration began a week ago for elections holding in October. France's President Emmanuel Macron has called on U.S. President Donald Trump to stick with the Iran nuclear deal, saying there is no better option. His comments was made on U.S. media ahead of a 3-day state visit to the U.S. starting tomorrow, Monday, April 23rd. President Trump has threatened to abandon the deal, which limits Iran's nuclear program in return for sanctions relief, unless it is toughened up. Macron said he had no plan B for the deal if the U.S. decided to restore sanctions, and said the U.S. should stay in the agreement as long as there was no better option. Both leaders are expected to address the issue when they meet in Washington. Nurses in Zimbabwe who have been on a nationwide strike in protest against poor working conditions are set to resume on Monday. The Zimbabwe National Union said the strike had become politicized. In a statement, it said it was calling on members to report for duty in order to pave the way for the reopening of negotiations and protection of workers. The union said it had filed a court application to force the government to reverse its decision to fire nurses following an announcement by President Constantino Chiwenga about the sacking of 16,000 striking nurses, accusing them of a politically motivated walkout. And the main news again, the Borno state government has imposed a dusk to dawn curfew following the invasion of a mosque by 2 teenage suicide bombers, killing 4 persons. Former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, today suggested prayer as solution to the killings and crisis in different parts of the country. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has warned Nigerians against supporting former dictators who want to be seen as the Messiah. And at least 57 persons were today confirmed killed in a suicide attack at a voter registration center in the Afghan capital, Kabul. That's the news at 10 tonight. A reminder here that Ogun Weekly comes up immediately after the news. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.